Today's the day. Today's the day. Do we have to go find more money? We got our coffees. So far the day is going quite well. Except I can't seem to figure out where I am. It's like little bits and pieces of this reality are shifting and constantly moving in ways that I've never even noticed before. Whoa, that's crazy. Did you feel that? That was a disturbance in the nebulous. I think I'll have to go right at this light.
No, left.
What?
Go left. Stop. What are you doing?
Norbeena, your task is to investigate the shrine of Oru'ûggug, demon of mind melting. You must travel into the misty Midwest to uncover the secrets of the shrine. No one else is suited for such an adventure. But beware, the mind-melting mildew has sudden effects if you are exposed. There is but one cure, and we have it. Report to us once you've made contact with the shrine. Sincerely, your group controller.
Hello there, and welcome to truly the Misty Midwest. Finally, I am on location for one of the most hazardous places we've ever filmed at. Hazardous as in why, as in where, as in when. This man here, I think, holds all the answers to everything we've ever been questioning on this show. Mind-melting curses. Brainless actions. Now follow me, come here closely. There's something quite odd that I need to show you. Take off my hat in fear. Look at that. A rounded dome, a chromium domium, if you will. That's Latin for bald spot. Truly a disturbing thing. Now, I wonder, why was his head like that? I think we can find more answers over there. Over there is the temple of Oru'ûggug, the mind-melting demon. There's something quite nefarious happening in this location. As you can see, it's cold, it's windy, it's overcast. It is truly disturbing. So as you can see, we've made it to the location finally. It was a winding, twisting, turning path that led us here, but we have made it. You can feel the tense aura as always resounding in everything that happens. The crinkling of the leaves, the blowing of the wind. It messes with your mind. This mind palace is ever so slightly like an earworm that you can't get out of your head. Well, as my cameraman had asked, we are in Oru'ûggug's mind shrine. The shrine that has always been etching away at this location. You can feel it driving in to this spot. There's something in the great distance that is this mind-numbing pain. I can feel it every time I try to open my mouth. There's something weaseling away, and I think it has to do with Oru'ûggug's shrine, the shrine that melts minds. Let's go look at it. Over here. Yeah, oh yeah. That's the mildew, it's reacting to my presence. And so thank you for pointing that out, my cameraman. He's new on the team. He noticed that the mind-melting mildew reacts to noise. Now this is interesting because the bell over there, you can see, it rings at a certain time every day. I think that this bell might be contributing to the creation of the mind-melting sludge, the mildew, at Oru'ûggug's shrine. As you can see, the weeds here, the trees as well, they are overgrown with time. It's as though nobody cares to take care of them. This brings more questions to mind as we take a closer look at the sludge, the mind-melting mildew. You can see here that there's a spider web, but there's no spider. I think that's because the spider got infected by this mildew and it died. A slow and horrid death, one of peace and laziness and despair. You can see there's different colors of the sludge, of the mildew. The white is the most toxic. So it's good that it's only a little bit right now. We came at an off season so that it would not be raining, but as you can see, the clouds are approaching, so we have to be careful with our filming equipment, our people and our equipment. Your equipment. Come with me, equipment. I thought I heard it. Squeaking mildew. We're safe. We're safe for now. If only my brother Norbert was here, he would know what to do. I still have his gloves, they keep me warm. But knowledge is a warmth that only the burning passion of a true investigator can fulfill. This is terrible. Get the cameras. Nice. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's go over this side. As you can see, this is the shrine of Oru'ûggug, the mind-melting demon that we've been talking about. One thing that I really need to point out to you is the interlocking brick pattern that creates a trellis-like shape. I think that this might be, in fact, where they are growing and cultivating the mind-melting mildew. It is bricked off with this transparent square. I don't know what it's made out of, but I've been unable to break in. Our camera crew cannot get through. The doors here are locked. There's no way in, and there's no explanation as to what is even inside. But because of this trellis-like pattern, I think that they are growing it. We saw on the outside of this building, come with me now, so on the outside of this building, mind-melting mildew. But on this side, it's perfectly clean of any mildew. Is it because the light shines from... There's no light here. There's no light anywhere. The clouds are approaching more quickly. We need to pack up and be careful on our exit. Now, as you can see, they've blocked off multiple exits already. And I think that they know that we're here. They know that we are trying to investigate and uncover the mind-melting mildew. If you go to any big city, everyone there is very, very stupid. It's a sort of stupid that is almost toxic. Toxemia. I think this might be the biggest breakthrough we've had on the show since it started. It's dawn, and here we are. It's all coming together. As you can see, the triangular shape. What does that mean? What do triangles mean? They're half of a square. If you cut them and break them into a triangle, everything is triangles. It's like they took a roof off of a giant building. Giant building. A giant building. Like the Whitewood's effigy. You remember the details Norbert told us about. So we need to go get our notes. We need to go.
Even though everything was going so well in our investigation, there was still something yet hidden in this mist. A mist that I'm sure Norbert Ivy could have figured out by himself. I took it upon myself to reach out to the wise man of the West, Dr. Budsmart, and thankfully he was quick with his reply. The next day I was able to hear back from him rather quickly. Making sure that nobody was following me, I made my way to the computer and finally got to hear what he had heard about Norbert Ivy.
Dear Norbeena, Norbert did indeed contact me. However, I feel he's not doing well. Have you uncovered anything about his whereabouts? He is a foolish man, and I told him never to join up with the corporate controllers. Please keep me abreast of the situation. Yours
And he
humbly,
forwarded me Norbert's
Dr. B.
last email.
Dr. Budsmart, I fear the organization of the corporate controllers is one of the greatest evils of our time. I had no idea they were as such when I signed on with them, but their power has grown out of control. I was under the impression that I would be able to investigate the strangeness of history for the betterment of human society, but instead my research has only served to further their nefarious ends and strengthen their number. I cannot say more, for I fear they will intercept this email. I am alive for now. Please contact me via encrypted IRC. I'll send my address through different means. Peace. Norbert.
Using the data and the IP address of Norbert Ivy, we were able to find some of his last files he had transferred. Downloading them was no easy feat, and my feet were definitely sore by the end of this setting. But time and time again, the Intrepid Explorers LLC has known only success. And finally, we were granted the top secret confidential data of Norbert Ivy. It was up to me to finally download the location of Norbert's missing persons report. Surviving this climate demands nothing but adaptation. Adapting to locals by adapting to the stupidity of the locals. Thankfully, Norbert decided to lean into his heat-induced retardation, which was certainly no easy task. Running through these halls was a mind-numbing process. I felt like I was getting stupider with each passing book. Thankfully, there was nobody inside the library with me, so I had ample time and ample opportunity to hunt down where these papers were. I got split from my crew once or twice, but I made sure that they would stay with me and stick together. Sometimes I got surprised because I forgot that we were actually hunting for something. But finally, we found the Intrepid Explorers LLC paperwork. And even though it was hard, thankfully he decided to hide it in somewhere strategically stupid enough that I was dumb enough to find it when I leaned into the Norbert IV. All of this data is in fact conclusive that he has been here, he has been researching, and there is something most nefarious afoot. His missing persons report were highlighted and circled and jotted on with no connection to the real Midwest state. He definitely looked retarded in this photo, and I do fear that this is for the worst. His senile behavior was ever growing more and more concerning. And I noticed in these last few photos that his hat was missing. His hat was gone from his head, the only thing protecting his mind from the demon Oru'ûggug's evil mind-warping powers. Where was it? And his jacket, too. Thankfully, one of the last things we had with us was... Finally, we had the sonar with us. That was his real last location. Carefully making my way through the library, I found a few different spots where we could work through the paperwork, jotting down quick notes and discussing with my one other intrepid explorer. We had to be careful going through this location. Danger was at every corner. My equipment and I decided to work in between filming. It was hard and it was tricky to navigate with the rest of the crew there. But thankfully we had just enough time in between filming and in between getting the emails that we were able to keep on task and keep on track with what remained of Norbert IV.
Recording?
Yeah.
Okay. As you can tell, as soon as we took off at our fast pace to avoid the weather, somebody triggered the event that caused that echoing, cataclysmic clap back from the misty mildew. It has been an onslaught of bad weather. The perpetual rain and the perpetual chill in the air has triggered a cataclysmic size of growth from the misty mildew. We are unprepared, as you can see. We are making water in our hands because we are still warm. But something is fighting against us to make us frigid.
The bed, right.
The camera shot the bed. That's terrible. Okay. So
No,
one
it's
thing
fine.
led to the next. We are going to go recap, meet up with the rest of our team, and we're going to go get the rest of our equipment. The views. The right view. The correct view. This is the weather company. This is Norbert Ivy's brand. We are hot on the trail. We are hot on the trail. Everything's coming together. We need to get everything, and we need to find the rest of his equipment. If this is here, that means that he is here. It's all coming together. It is all. Do you feel the tension? Do you feel the suspense? It is all happening. The rest of the team has already packed up and cleared out. They were told to move ahead to the next shot as soon as it started frosting over. So all of our gear is gone, and I guess this is going to come in handy. All right, are you suited up? Are you ready? Good. Okay. And on we go. because we have to investigate before our brains turn into liquid a cure. The corporate controllers reached out to me while I was recording to tell me that they have a cure for the mind-melting mildew. I was supposed to make contact with them an hour and a half ago. We are far behind on that schedule. It is of the utmost importance that we keep up our pace and we keep up finding the rest. You can hear it has gotten worse. It is getting worse. We are running out of time. As you can see, it is getting darker. The clouds are rolling in. And the noise is near deafening. I can feel all of my thoughts slipping. Okay, we need to get inside fast. Let's go.
We're on set in the depths of the Mind Palace. This place is known to feed off all of the mind-melting mycelium. As you can see, it's barren of any color. And also, this might interfere with the recording quality and the equipment, so bear that in mind, dear viewers. As you can see, there's nothing interesting here. But it has been said by many of the locals that this is a power plant that feeds the mind-melting mycelia. All of human knowledge in the books is being converted. You can see it there. It's behind an enclosed glass structure, keeping it safe away from you, dear viewers. This mycelia uses human minds to power itself. These thoughts, the orb of knowledge, as we call our cranial dome, is being eaten away. And that is what happens when we're safe. Whew. That's what happens to all of the people of the bigger city. You can see it growing here. When it is in its nebulous stage, it is orange and a little bit more dry. But as it continues to rain in this effervescent, almost jungle-like terrain, it turns greener and greener. And as we're walking through, you can almost notice all of these books are dusty, they're torn and worn through years and years of use. Almost as if one time reading it is not enough to suck the entire life source out of its user. Books like these especially, where you can see the cracks along the spine, I fear that people reading these also might have cracked their spine from the prolonged sitting. Is that blood? Oh my gosh. I think it's actually worse than I thought. These people are actually getting physically harmed. What about this one? Okay. We're safe. Okay. We're safe for now. The next piece of our puzzle. The next piece. As we've heard of the White Woods effigy, many structures use mathematical degrees as well as different temperatures to harness Earth's natural magnetic properties. There was once a very brilliant mind who was helping us with our investigations. It's not sure where he is right now, or even if he's here with us yet, but throughout this investigation, I've come to realize nothing is quite as it seems. Hopefully, as we progress in this investigation, we can continue to uncover more of the Misty Midwest's weird and unnatural histories.
I'm gonna toss you the keys. Ready to catch them? Ready to catch the keys?
tell. We've changed locations. We split up with the rest of our team, thankfully, because all of the clues have finally led us to finding the original intrepid explorer, Norbert Ivy. We thankfully have one of the last known locations, and doing some very technical mathematics and a lot of planning and prepping, we have finally made it to the location that he left us. Everything has fallen into place just perfectly so that we could realign our findings with his. Everything, even the corporate XR311. It all led back to him. We are finding the Norbert Ivy. The Norbert Ivy.
Norbeena, it's you. I knew that you would find me. I knew that you'd be able to follow all the clues that I left. I knew that the only one who would be able to untangle my mystery was you. Good job. You solved it. You found me. Now, we must unite against the corporate controller. Come, let us talk. I will tell you my tale.
Long time no see, my brother.
Long time no see, indeed. I knew that you would be able to find me. I was worried that the corporate controllers would get here first, but I think I was strategic enough with my clues that the things I let slip were just only enough and not too much.
I think I took pretty good care of your equipment, I'd like to think.
Thank you. This just feels right. I lost these when I was escaping the facility, you know.
You had to escape.
Yes. How about I begin at the beginning?
Please begin at the beginning.
Arizona was going well, but I began to notice that there was this disturbing coincidence that Whitewood's effigy was a weapon all along. Then as we were investigating the demon god Hortang's temple in Arizona in Tucson, we found a series of solenoid arrays used as moonbeam collectors for a greater array of weapons. And when this assignment came across my desk, the mind-melting palace of the demon Oru'ûggug, it all made sense. The tendrils of a great ancient weapon have been reaching out across the nation, and the corporate controllers have been trying their best to find the location of the control center. That is here.
The hot spot.
That's what we're investigating.
The convergence.
Here. Yes.
It's all coming together now.
So I was tasked with the same assignment you were. Come and investigate.
The mind-melting mildew of the misty Midwest.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, as I was investigating, I made the connection between the Whitewood's effigy, demon god Hortang's temple, and the demon god Oru'ûggug's shrine. And I realized they're trying to take over the world. I was not careful enough. Yes, super weapon. I wasn't careful enough, and so they captured me. I had to escape. I spent months in the containment facility, but eventually I did escape.
The very facility I've been investigating this whole time.
The center of the weapon's power.
And your cough.
It's the mildew.
It's the wet mildew. They held you for all the seasons of the snow and the ice and the thawing process. They bloomed inside your lungs.
I was burnt to a crisp in the desert. I almost died.
Yes.
So I came here for some cold therapy. And I got a little too much cold therapy.
I'd say.
How's Dr. Buttsman?
He's worried about you. He's worried about you. I got an email from him saying that you were not doing well, but he did not elaborate on any of the details. He kept it brief and to the point, as he usually is. But it was a little bit too brief for me to properly track you down. He did allude to your location being at here, but it took me a while to figure out that you were in the safe space, the safe zone.
Yeah. As our informant.
The accursed Cretan?
Yes. Does the organization know that he's not one of them yet?
I don't think they've caught on.
His cover is not blown.
He's staying under the radar perfectly. He had to change his voice recently. Shift locations, of course. He did tip me off to this location, to finding you, so
Good.
he's always been a good party member to have. His stats are dwindling.
We need to formulate a cure for the mildew.
To reverse the mind melting process?
Yes.
And to stop it in its tracks.
Yes. And we need to apply it to the shrine.
Where it's growing. The blossoms.
That will foil the corporate controller's plan.
Yes. Yes. What for use? What is potent
We'll
enough?
have to go to my lab to formulate. Nice.
Well, shall we go?
I believe we shall.
Excellent. Let's do it. Aha! Boom! Transition.
Oh, look. Let's just use bleach.
That's a good solution.
This must have been left here centuries ago for those who knew that we would have to disinfect the most infected palace of the demon god Oru'ûggug. Nothing like good old-fashioned bleach.
Does it have an expiration date?
No,
Oh, sweet!
I don't think so.
If it does...
Sodium hypochlorite, everybody.
Perfect.
This is what we will use.
To defeat the demon god...
Demon god.
Oru'ggug!
Oru'ggug.
Woo!
Please, 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 please. Here we are, with our bleach, ready to fight the misty Midwest mildew. It is encased in ice, and so it has been weakened by the elemental principles of this world. Here we go. Ready? The locals are already in a fit of mania. That's done it. We have just triumphed over the corporate controllers. It's time to go home.
Those fools have no idea what they've done. Those two have played right into my plan. It is my time to shine. Haha!